Hi student, I am Asit Tiwari. Today in the first lesson of the civics power sharing 10th class, I will explain the lesson on the term majoritarianism and the accommodation. These two terms are very important in the lesson, and mostly over these two terms the questions are framed and they are also asked in the exams. So in the first, this term is related to the Sri Lanka, and this term is related to the Belgium. In the first, all of you should keep the thing in the mind. Second thing is that why we should discuss these two terms. So this term which are telling about the policy of the Sri Lankan government, and this is the policy of the Belgian government. So what is the meaning of this term majoritism? Majoritism means it is a kind of a belief of a majority community to rule over the minority because they believed also that they have the first right over the resources of the country, even they can disregard the interest of minority. This policy the Sri Lankan government concreted after the Act of 1956. This act made the language of the Sinhala as the official language of the country. So this language was, we'll say, imposed in the whole countries. Even the minorities were told they have to live with this term and conditions with this language. When these Tamils minorities or the other minorities of the countries raised their voice, so this government, Sinhali government, had made their very strong issues in favor of their communities. Means they have taken to strengthen their, you will say, position of their communities by the different steps. Number one, they had made the Sinhala as a official language. Sinhala as official language. Second, Buddhism was declared as the state religion. State means government. State religion. And very important things, the Sinhalese got the preference in the everywhere country. Means Sinhala community got the influence, we will say preference everywhere in the country. Even sometimes or many times the Tamils community were disregarded. So Tamils community also raised their voice against these, we will say, concrete actions of the Sinhala government, and they had raised their demands. Their demands were not accepted, so they had started the civil war, and after the civil war they had also started their you will say organizations, they also formed their organization, that is called the LTTE, means Liberation of Tigals Tamil Eelam. This organizations was made by several Tamil communities together, and their leader was chosen as the Prabhakaran, and they had also started many of the suicide bombing plan. They had made, or they had trained their people as a sleeper cells, and they killed, they assassinated many of the personals, politicians, even our Prime Minister of the country Rajiv Gandhi also died, also killed in this assassination program of the LTTE. But we have understood about the story of Sri Lanka. The Sri Lanka was focusing over the unitary system of the government, whereas Belgium, they had also made the policy of unitary system, but when they had seen the problem of their countries, means Dutch, they were in the majority but minority in the capital. Dutch, they were majority in the country but minority in the capital. So second situation, French, they were minority in the country but majority in the capital. So these situations for the French made them very powerful in the central government, and they had highlighted, or they had focused on the unitary system. But the situation became very worst in the decade of 1950 and 60, because Dutch faced many of the problems in the education, cultures, language, and many more areas. So their people, their intellectuals, their scholars had decided to change the constitution, change the articles, not constitution, articles in the constitution, that is called the amendment. This amendment procedure was seen very different way in the Belgium, because Belgium has a very critical problems. It was the very different problem. Mostly it is not found in many of the countries. So their concrete actions made the Belgium as a unitary country. From unitary country, they had changed into, they had shifted into the federal country. Means earlier the central government was very powerful. Now the central government cannot force or cannot implement the order over the state government. So this system, this procedure made the Belgium as a very developed countries in the Europe, and their model was known in the world as a Belgian model. So this model was accepted, where there were the 4 amendments was majorly taken. Number 1, the Dutch and the French communities, their ministers will be equal in the central government. The central government cannot impose any laws, any order over the state government directly. Means they have to go through the process of bilateral process, they have to go through the process of deliberation, discussion, then they have to reach at the final destinations. Otherwise any laws will be not accepted in the country. Second thing, the state government got some right beyond the central government, and central government cannot impose any order to the state government. Next, there will be a separate government where the Dutch will give the equal representation to the French in the country, whereas the French give the equal representation to the Dutch in the capital. That is very unique system which made the Dutch, the French, the German, because all were the, you will say, both were the majority communities and both were the minorities communities. So that is very important decision which was taken for the promotion, for the welfare, for the Dutch and the French communities especially. And third one, last one, the you will say amendment is the community government. Community government is a type of government. This is known as the third type of government in the Belgium, means a central government, state government, and the community government. Community government mostly parallel to consider in India as a local government. And what is a community government? It is a type of government which will promote or highlight the issues of the minorities communities. Especially it will discuss the issues of the minority communities as the language, culture, education and many more issues if they are facing the problem in the country, no matter where they live. So hope student you enjoy both these terms. These terms are very very important, and I hope you will continue these video lectures with me, because I have started this video lecture today because the situation has been repeated as the last years. So student, hope you enjoyed this video lecture, and please share it, subscribe it my channel, and please make it possible to share this video with other students. Thank you student for listening.